excellent question. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Roll for Intelligence. Genuine Canberra celebrities doing role-playing because why not? It's a thing we came up with. I am your Master of Dungeons tonight. My name is Joel.
Hi, Joel.
Hello.
Yes!
Hello. This is my first time in the Master seat. This is terribly exciting. We have a bunch of players who are going to come out in a minute. But before we go, just sort of a quick explanation in case you haven't been here before. This is an improvised show. That means none of the people who are coming out have any idea what I'm going to throw at them or what I'm going to ask them to do. I don't know how they're going to respond. This is very loosely Dungeons & Dragons-ish themed. We're going a bit different tonight with a bunch of stuff if you have been here. We'll get into that later. But basically, the rules are as follows. If the players want to do something, they need to roll a 20-sided die. A high roll is good, a low roll is bad. I will tell them whether they succeed. Things happen. Panic ensues. Everyone dies. Maybe. We'll see. We have a few different systems in play. You'll probably notice there are balloons on the table. This is the health system. If a player does something silly, if they get hit, or if it's just, kismet, I will pop one of their balloons. We go with the Mario Kart health system here. 3 balloons popped, they are dead, they are out. We also have a Jenga tower here, which we will get to if we come to that. But, we're adding a few more elements tonight. So, where are we? I've written notes. Now, this is, as an improvised night, we are obliged to take offers from the audience. That's part of doing an improvised night. So, if I were to ask a question like, what is a science fiction trope that is just used too often? You would say...
Green
Desert
alien.
amnesia.
Beam me up.
Only one woman.
And I would go with only one woman. And quickly changing the gender of one of my NPCs. We will have offers, we will have dice rolling, we will have a lot of fun, and that's actually the golden rule here. We're here to have fun. So, everyone, smile for me. Good, you're obeying the rules. Now, we should meet our cast. So, first up, we have... I should actually sit down, scooch in, everyone's going to get past me. It's very cramped on stage. First up, we have Canberra celebrity poet, Andrew! Followed by Canberra celebrity influencer, Sharona! Next up, Canberra celebrity magic girl, Helen! And finally, getting to actually play, Canberra celebrity pun master, Ewan! And, of course, accompanying us tonight, we have the silent bard, Canberra celebrity musician, Jack! Again, I'm Joel. Hi. Alright, so, tonight's adventure, all our adventures thus far have taken place in sort of a fantasy world, despite there occasionally being mobile phones. Tonight's adventure takes place in the distant future. It is the year 30XX, to be precise-ish. The galactic governments have made up of almost every intelligent species found throughout space, have almost entirely succumbed to a gigantic corporate entity known as the Firm. Which isn't the scariest name, but there's already in sci-fi the company and the organization and the empire, so the Firm is all I had left. Now, the Firm holds almost total power over colonized space. There are other sort of factions around the place. Our heroes work for Space Adventurers First. In the past, Adventurers First was sort of a multi-planar adventuring company that would send people where they are. Here in the future, it's a collection of pilots, mercenaries, and smugglers who want to live outside of Firm law. Oh, I like that. Anyway, we're going to meet our heroes. We're going to do things a little differently tonight. We're going to randomly generate our heroes in front of you. So instead of people preparing characters to bring, we're going to draw some things out of this tin. We have yellow cards and blue cards. One has a race, one has a class. And so, Andrew, could you draw one of each and tell us what you get?
Oops. Oh, well, I got two.
Yeah?
I am a Chihuahua human.
A Chihuahuan.
Oh,
A humanoid Chihuahua. And what does that get you?
oh, +2 to being nimble.
Yep.
And I am, of course, the comms officer.
And what does being a comms officer get you?
+3 to comms stuff.
Yes! It's up to you to argue what is and is not comms related. Alright.
I work in the public service. Much is comms related.
Sharona.
Okay. I'm an Azurian.
An Azurian, which is basically a blue person.
I have +2 to being smart.
They're very smart.
And I'm a pilot, so +3 to pilot stuff.
You're the pilot! Brilliant! Alright. Helen? Oh.
I'm a human, which means I get +1 to everything.
You have to have a human.
And I'm an engineer, which means I get +3 to, wait for it, engineer stuff.
Excellent! Alright. And I don't need to shake it, there's other things. Ewan?
I am the gunner. I get +3 to weapons stuff. And I'm a cyborg! So I get +2 to being strong.
Excellent. Alright, we have our races and classes. These guys are going to need to figure out their characters. I probably should have done this before I introduced the world. So I'm going to give them some time. But, Duff, Andrew,
What?
what is your name?
Woltab.
Woltab! Okay. And, what class were you again? You're the
I was,
comms.
of course, the comms officer.
Alright, I should be taking notes as this goes. Now, what brought you into working as a comms officer?
My family, of course.
Yeah?
Yes, I lost my first love and her litter in a horrible, horrible incident.
Yes, that's quite tragic.
It was tragic.
And you really... Why comms from that?
Well, I felt like it was a lack of communication.
When you say lost, do you mean just literally you don't know where they went? You didn't talk things through? They could be down the road?
I don't know where they are.
Yeah. Beautiful. Now, comms of course, we need audience offers for this. So our comms officer, before they went into comms, before this tragic event, they had a very promising career doing something they were very passionate about.
Instagram model.
Instagram model? A career in drinking, baking,
A concert pianist.
concert pianist,
Psychologist.
psychologist.
Professional trembler.
Professional trembler.
I'm gonna go with Instagram model.
Feng Shui
Yep.
consultant.
Alright.
What was that one?
Feng Shui consultant.
Yeah, I like it.
Ooh. Yeah, right, feng shui consultant it is. Now, you win a dice. Brought to you by Iona, our lovely dice goblin. Big round of applause for Iona. Alright. Feng shui. Let's try and work that into the
I didn't know
story.
how you pronounce that till now.
Nope.
I always thought it was Feng Shui.
Maybe in the future it is.
Yeah.
Alright, language evolves. Sharona,
Hello.
you are... What is your name?
Blue Ivy.
Blue Ivy. Beautiful.
Thank you.
What class were you again? You're the
I'm
pilot?
Azurian. Oh, so yeah, a pilot and I'm an Azurian.
Okay. Now, how'd you get into piloting?
Well, I am part of a very influential Azurian crime family. We're very smart, so one of the best crime families.
Obviously.
Yep. But yeah, so I decided I wanted to make my own way, so I'm taking a break from the whole crime family, the very big crime family, organized crime situation, and going with a scrappy little get up. It's fun.
What do your family think about that?
They're okay. Like, they want me to be self-made.
Now, Blue Ivy, is that a code name, by the way, or is that your actual name?
It's my actual name.
It's your actual name, okay. Blue Ivy nearly didn't pass flight school. A particular bad habit or character flaw kept you out. Probably your family's influence is the only thing that got you through. What nearly got Blue Ivy kicked out of flight school?
Gaming birds with a ponytail.
Breaking the legs of other people.
Oh my god.
Whoa!
I heard using space whales as drug mules.
That's pretty great. It also adds space whales to this universe. We're gonna take that. Space whales. Okay, beautiful. All right, switching around. Helen, what is your name?
Well, my assigned code is human unit number 25438, but you can call me Hugh for short.
Hugh. Okay. And Hugh, you are a human. What
Yeah.
class were you again? You were the engineer.
Yeah. So I'm from a colony where humans are basically just a power source, like just batteries and that kind of thing. And I didn't really want to go into the family business, so I just kind of started tinkering around, like with the power source, and just kind of started learning bits and pieces from that. And now I'm just kind of making a living, you know, trying to fix up stuff.
So humans are power sources, but it's entirely like optional.
Well, look, not really. My parents are pretty disappointed in me.
Beautiful, beautiful.
You know, I left a life of security, of just kind of.
Is it good living being a battery?
I wouldn't know.
No.
I escaped that life.
Fair enough. Well.
It's vegan.
Now, Hugh, you invented something, which is probably what kicked off the idea that you could really make it as an engineer out there. Problem is, everyone but you thinks it's entirely worthless. And so you carry this thing around with you all the time, just waiting for the chance to either like sell it or prove everyone wrong. What did Hugh invent?
A fidget spinner.
Fidget spinner. What was that over the back? A
Battery that isn't
A battery that isn't a person?
I can double like that.
Who needs that? What was this?
A life scale Eiffel Tower.
A life scale Eiffel Tower?
USB with the Matrix.
USB with the Matrix on it? What, just the film?
Thunderbird. Thunderbird 3.
portable bread.
We're gonna go with a portable bread toasting device. Alright. And Ewan.
G'day.
G'day, Ewan. Or g'day.
I'm D4V3 or Dave.
Beautiful. And you are the cyborg gunner.
I am the cyborg gunner.
And where did you come from?
Well, I was a weedy kid. I was born on a low gravity planet and I was adopted to a high gravity planet, so everybody was bigger and stronger than me. And I really like video games like Halo, Mass Effect, you know, all the historical dramas.
Yep.
And so when I heard about this cyborg program to get really strong and guns, I volunteered.
Okay. What? You were a weedy kid. Were you a human?
Oh yes, mostly.
Mostly. Fine.
I'm part Viridian on my grandmother's side.
Right. So just a bit.
A little
sickly
bit
looking.
green, a little bit pale.
Brilliant. And so you becoming a cyborg painful?
Exceptionally, every day is agony.
Do you regret your decision?
Absolutely not, because I've got a gun in my arm.
What kind of gun do you have built into you?
A really big one.
All right.
Depends what I load it with.
Now, I'm actually.
You need a ticket to the gun show.
Now,
I'm gonna come back.
Dave. Once a while ago, you actually encountered a problem that could not be solved with guns,
Don't believe it, but fair enough.
and this shook you to your core.
Shook.
Yeah. Now, what was the problem?
His
That
mother not loving him.
And we get it off the bat.
Supposed to be acting!
Usually a short destruction.
Those are beautiful, but I'm sticking with his mum didn't love. The one thing he couldn't fix with guns.
I tried though.
That's why you got adopted.
Alright, this all rounds out. The last character of any great science fiction story is the ship. So, I want quickly, what is a good name for their smuggler's ship?
Yes, I mean it.
Bernie McBoatface.
What was that?
Rubber ducky.
The rubber ducky? Plumbus? I'm going with the rubber ducky. Because I saw a Facebook post of dogs being really happy with rubber duckies this morning, and that just instantly brings back all the good feelings in my head. The rubber ducky. The rubber ducky, however, has been around for a while and has one serious fault with it. What is that? Might not go with that one. That might cut most of my planned adventure.
System lets out a loud beep.
Loud beep every so often.
All the alarms and scream.
It goes the wrong way. Yes.
I tried, okay?
Now, the mission they're on is time sensitive, which is why they're prioritized. They're actually in the middle of another mission, which was just smuggling cargo. Their hold is full of cargo. What cargo is their hold full of?
Human batteries.
Human batteries? Cow shit?
Escargot.
That's a different night!
Oh, I don't see it ending in anything fun, but it made me laugh. Alright, escargot. Alright! The last thing we have to do before we get started is practice rolling our d20s, which also means getting our initiative order for the night. Save us time later, so could everyone roll their d20s? Missing the d20.
Of course, being nimble counts a lot to initiative.
I'll let you at it. Alright, so...
As a human who gets +1 to everything,
Yeah,
I
fair
get
enough.
a 5.
You can... Alright, we have 5,
I got a 7.
7,
3.
16.
there we go, 1, 2,
So the Chihuahuan has his go and then makes tea while he waits.
3, 4. Done, and done. So, we start our story. This is going well already, everyone. We start our story aboard the Rubber Ducky. Our crew are currently engaged in a mission they've received down through Space Adventurers First. This mission is from an anonymous source, only known as Algernon, who wants a computer retrieved from inside a firm facility. I did not think that through. They're going to have to penetrate deep into firm space to approach this facility. This computer is very important. They want it retrieved and delivered onto a ship outside of firm space, in soft space. So,
Or unfirm.
now, unfirm. They did have a lot of information to give you, so you've got planning, like a map of the building, you know where different floors are, you know where the computer is located, on the 800th floor. It's the future, buildings are huge! You know where the planet is, you've got your coordinates, and you were given enough information to make fake credentials that would get you, one, into firm space and into the building. But you still need to use this information to actually construct the passes. So, which one of you is going to be constructing the fake identity of the passes?
Not Dave.
I'll use my considerable skills with comm stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like comm stuff, because it came through a computer, and that's linked to communications.
Yeah, well, it's stuff you'll be beaming out.
Yeah.
Beaming to the ships, I'll give it to you. So, make me a roll
I'm
for
gonna do
that.
it nimbly.
Alright. How do you do that nimbly?
Because I've got little hands, and I'm gonna be like,
I'm not going to give you that one.
I'll sniff. No?
What? No. Plus, so you get your +3 though.
20.
Oh!
So 23.
23. Okay. All right, that's probably going to succeed. To get in and out of the place, you can't look like a bunch of smugglers. Like it's a work facility. It's a research building. So you're going to need costumes. Who's going to be in charge of getting costumes?
I might be able to engineer some costumes.
Okay, what kind of costumes are you going to make?
What kind of facility is this?
It's a research facility, so a lot of work people, a lot of scientists.
Lab coats?
Lab coats, all right. So and how would an engineer help you make lab coats? Being an engineer help you make lab coats?
I know how stuff works, so like a sewing machine and stuff like that, you know?
You build a sewing machine that does it for you?
Yeah.
All right, give me a roll. That's probably going to be pretty tricky.
Well, I'm a human, so I get +1 to everything.
You do, so I'll give you both.
14.
Oh, all right. Now, next part is disguising the ship. This is clearly not the kind of ship that would land on the main planet. Should have told you this before the engineer did that.
I can do that.
You're going to do that?
Yeah.
How are you going to do that?
Well, being part of a very famous crime family, we have a lot of nice ships. All kinds of ships, big ships, little ships.
Okay. What are you disguising it
ships that can fit
as?
space whales. I've disguised it as a space whale.
A space whale. All right.
It's like in a tail. It's
Yeah.
got a little blowhole.
It's got a little blowhole.
Yeah, it's got a
You're
little
going to have to
blowhole.
roll high for this one.
Can I do an assist to make it do whale noises?
Yes. Yes. Take advantage.
Okay. It's a 3.
So roll again because you have advantage.
It's a 20.
All the potential future problems I had set up for you are getting solved in advance.
Steady on, I haven't rolled yet.
Yeah. Good. All right. So, lastly, you need a getaway plan because you're pretty sure once you nick this computer, something's going to go wrong. How does the cyborg gunner design your getaway plan?
Dave is going to develop some shaped charges that'll destroy the building behind us and distract everybody.
Beautiful.
Well, 800 floors.
Oh no, you only need to take out the bottom 3 or 4 and everything else will just...
That is fair. So, I can see how
I got that went
your gunnery stuff would
not
help.
the bestest, but I got a 13 on that one.
13. Okay. So, with your plan in place, you have entered firm space. You've managed to get through. Thus far, all the scans coming along absolutely fine, due to the fact that your credentials are so good. You've got an unbelievable pass for being a whale. I've lost control already. Firm ships are coming by and being like, all right, scan that whale. No, yeah, it's got pass. It's allowed to be here. Yep. Sorry, sir. They bow and get out of the way. So we can probably skip straight to you approaching the planet. Now, whales don't usually park at the facility. Are you going to try and park at the facility?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm a very polite whale.
You're a very polite whale?
Yes.
Okay, and how do you do this? Paint me a picture.
Well, I'm going backwards, right? Because that ship goes the wrong way.
Have you disguised the whale to look like it's going forward, or is it going backwards?
It's going
as well?
backwards.
All right, yep.
I'm gonna make whale reverse noises.
All right, yeah. Can you... What do they sound like?
Beep, beep.
Yep.
And we all know that whales were recognised as sentient beings in 3015.
Back in
So
Star Trek.
maybe we have
Yep.
the past has like we've
Oh,
got
yeah,
a job. We're
space
there
whales
for
are
a
super-
job.
Yeah, okay. Well, all right, so can
That's
you
a
roll me a
research
deception
facility.
check for your whale noises?
Oh, okay. 12.
12? Alright, I'm going to give that to you. Okay, so you're reversing into the facility. You do get hailed.
Beep,
Yep.
beep.
Because a whale isn't a ship, they, instead of hailing you over any comms systems, it's just a guy with a megaphone leaning out the front. You're like, what's your business?
Beep, beep,
Oh, yep, sorry, we'll wait.
We're parking.
Oop, yep, clearly.
beep,
Alright, you've parked.
beep.
We need to. What is your business at this research facility? This firm research facility.
I'll explain to them that in Whale, of course, as the comms officer, that we are here. We're picking up a large consignment of chew toys, and that chew toys, of course, best carried inside giant space whales.
All right, roll me a deception check.
20.
Yeah, that's definitely comms. Fine. All right. The guy talking is a human. He's going to try and see through it. He gets a +1. He gets a 21! Which would be great, but you got 23! Alright, bugger it! Fine! There goes that encounter as well! This is everything is fine. Okay, so fair enough. He's gonna let you park. Who should I get in touch with? I don't have it written on my jobs list today. The delivery of chew toys. We don't even work on them here, as far as I'm aware. But there's a lot of floors, so who knows? Who do I contact? Say I'm here on your behalf.
Oh, the Grand Whale.
I'll send it up through the chain. So he ducks back inside, obviously going to look for the Grand Whale. Probably I will say at some point, realize there isn't one. Actually, wait.
The Grand means it's pretty far up.
Yeah, it's going to have to go through a lot of middle management. No, yep, there isn't one. So, what's next? You guys have a park.
We're gonna
You're in
sneak
the
in.
facility. Yeah, so
No
you're
one's
in,
there, so we gotta
you're
get
in the
out of
ship
it.
park. It's huge
Yep.
because there are spaceships parked in here. The building is at the end. It's huge too.
Everybody remember where we parked? We're in beige 3.
Are there any other whales, space whales, parked here?
There are no other space whales parked
So
here. You're
everybody's
pretty
in a
safe.
spot? Yeah.
Can we see if there are other researchers, like where they're entering the facility from?
Yeah, sure. Roll me a perception check.
Through the
With
exit.
consent.
It's not a real whale.
But the costume is excellent. The costume is anatomically correct with this good a roll.
With my +1, that's 16.
16. Okay, so you can definitely see that there, as it's a research building, it's not a commercial building, there is one entrance, and everyone goes through it. It's at the front. So everyone coming into work is going through this one entrance, coming out of work.
Why don't we just like, join the fray? I mean, like, we're already
Yeah,
really
well,
dressed
As
as
a,
lab coats on?
as a
Right.
cyborg, I can disguise myself as like a big metal box, so you can wheel me in.
Okay.
So there's fewer of us, so it's not as obvious. That's a really good idea.
Is your big metal box still wearing a lab coat? Hat on the box? Okay, you have wheels built in?
Yeah.
Sweet. Alright.
That's our research project.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, you transform into a box. What are the other three of you doing?
We're going to wheel.
Well, I'm a pilot, so I will take the lead in wheeling him.
Okay.
I've got a +3 to wheeling.
Very good directing, yeah.
I've got a clipboard and a wrench, so you can clearly see that I'm here to engineer the
The box.
rubber ducky stuff.
And I'll be at the front, confident.
Alright. So, I'm gonna, seeing as this is all laid out, I'm gonna make you make a sort of a bluff roll to sort of walk through, being convincing that you're supposed to be there. I'll give you advantage because of what these guys are doing.
Yep. Oh, 13. Plus 3 for comm stuff, because this is, of course, bluffing by talking if I have to.
You became the bard. Yes.
So 16.
16. Okay.
And I nimbly can get in the way of any of these guys trying to talk to make sure they don't wreck
Cut
it.
them off.
So that's 18.
So you end up joining. There's a big queue of scientists leading in, and as they're going in, there are two security guards standing next to the entrance. One of whom is holding a big laser gun. The other one is holding a scanner. It's not that deep. Scanning over them. You approach the line. No one seems to see you're out of place. You're approaching the guards. Are you guys going to keep going?
Yeah.
Yep.
I continue piloting.
You continue piloting, you continue walking in front. You walk up the front, scans over you. Passes were 23, so you go in. And you get through the front door. You do notice that the two security guards are identical. Clearly they're using cloned humans for security guards here.
Been there.
Yep. Everyone inside is the security guards inside, and you approach. So you're in a big foyer. It's gigantic, it's sort of about 3 stories tall. First 3 floors of this building are all this foyer area. Big columns. Looks very, very nice. Weird corporate art all over the place. Little fountain in the corner. There is a great big front desk, and there is a woman sitting there who is very excited. She's greeting every single person that comes past. She's got everyone's name in her head. All 800 floors full of people. Her head is, by the way, huge. It's just this gigantic brain sticking out the top of her head. And as you guys approach, she gets very excited and is like, "Oh, haven't met you before. Who are you? What are you here for? Which floor are you working on?
We're here
I
for
didn't
the-
know about any new starters.
We're here for the Chew Toys.
You're here for the Chew Toys. I don't know about any Chew Toys. You sure you're in the right building, love?
Pretty sure, yeah.
Oh, I better look this up for you. Should I look up Chew Toys?
Do it.
Okay. You gonna let her go ahead?
Well, I
All
get
right.
out while she's doing it. I get out my little personal data assistant and hack their system using comms and insert Chew Toys on the 800th floor.
Okay. Okay.
This was part of the plan, wasn't it? Yes.
Sure. I guess it was. Okay. I'm gonna get you to make a check for that.
16 plus 3, 19.
19.
Chew Toys on the 800th floor.
How many encounters did you have, Joel?
Why did I bother blowing up the balloons? All right.
Not so funny when it's you.
I completely forgot to set a timer as well. Good. All right. I've got a clock down. We're good. That many?
Done that.
All right. So. It's supposed to be a fight the first time. Right. She goes, "Oh, yes, there it is, 800th floor. That used to be the. Oh, I wasn't supposed to talk about that. But anyway. Oh, I get it. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be.
No, it's
Sorry.
Don't
Yes,
mention the
go
Chew
on
Toys.
through. Go on through. Chew Toys gives you a big wink. All right, you head straight on through. Are you going? Where are you going? There's elevators at the back. Are you going back?
We have a map, right? So we know where we're going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you do also know, due to this map, there is one extra problem that's in your way. And this is something you couldn't prepare for earlier. You do need a SWAT card to get into the 800th floor. It's a very secure facility. Now you are aware that security guards, researchers who work on that floor, and executive members of the building all have access, but you could not get one in advance.
Okay. So, I'm a big box.
Yeah.
You wheel me next to someone, a security guard, while we're waiting, and I'll just reach out one of my hands and grab his pass because I'm a box.
Alright.
Great, let's do it.
So, there are guards next to the elevator.
And I've got a little taser thingy that's a pincer, so I'll use that so it's a weapons check. So I get +3.
Hey, I will distract the guard by talking to him
Alright, what are you talking to him about?
about cloning and how advanced technology has become and how they all look so much alike. It's amazing.
What are you talking
I'm
about?
right here.
I'm not a clone.
Well, I get into it then with him about how he is. This
What?
is a great distraction.
No, I'm what? I'm Ed.
Well, you may be Ed 100 or Ed 2000.
Oi. Oi, Ed, this guy thinks we're clones.
That's a 22, Joel.
We're switching dice in intermission. Giving you D6s. Alright, so, comes out, grabs the keys, now with your taser. Don't shock him. Nothing fun happens. You grab his pass into the elevator.
Send it up the chain, Ed.
And but I'm not. I'm not a clone.
Send the questions up. So tell your friends. Tell your fellow guards. Ask them. Get them to look at each other. Question. And we get in the lift.
Roll a persuasion check for me.
Well, 11 with the +3.
All right, he's shook. You see, he's shook.
Yeah.
He's just sort of staring off into the distance. His hand holding the rifle shaking a little. Okay, you guys get in the elevator. You're not alone. There's a lot of traffic in this building, so it's a big elevator. You've wheeled in, you're at the back, but half a dozen people in lab coats and people in business suits are wandering in and out. What do you do?
Press the 800 floor.
Yeah.
Yeah? You're gonna press the 800 floor button?
Swipe the button. Swipe the, oh, well, I mean, our
you've got
cyborg
it,
needs to
yeah.
swipe the card.
I'll subtly pass the card to
So I have
the
a card,
engineer.
swipe 800. Whoop.
Alright. A researcher next to you notices you do that. Goes, and then he swipes and hits 800 as well. Stares at you.
You don't need to hit it again. We already hit it.
What kind of pass
It's
out crap
okay.
is that?
Did you guys miss the memo about following through checkpoints? We all need to. They don't like people, following through gates.
Oh,
It's
no
not-
tailgate.
We're here for the
No
chew
tailgate,
toys.
Chew toys.
Yes.
What's it? What?
Check.
None of you work in my office.
Maybe they didn't tell you about it. You might not have enough clearance.
Roll me a deception check.
This is not gonna go well. It's a 5.
It's because I'm a woman, isn't it?
What? What? No. I don't. That is. We don't have any women working in our.
That's what you think. Maybe.
We'll get this sorted when we go up there. He stands pushes his way to the front of the elevator, arms crossed, waiting for the doors to open. It takes a long time. There's a lot of floors opening
We
and
get up
closing.
close around him.
And sometime around about floor 400, I'm gonna tase him.
Alright! Give me a weapons check.
14!
Will he fit in the box?
I don't think the box is not empty. The box is you as a
We can
kid.
force
He's
him,
in,
can't we?
he's in front of me right now, right?
Yeah, so he's been tased.
Can I just also hit him with my wrench?
There are a lot of witnesses here.
Yeah, no, we just
I
probably.
thought he was the only one in there with us.
No, there's a lot of people
We
getting
just
in
cross.
and
Oh!
Weekends
Oh!
are
Weekend is
We
bad.
think agrees.
Alright, how many other people do I need to tase?
Alright, he's shaking. He's about to topple to the side.
I go, look out! He's having an Anebra Effa balloon attack. Stand back.
Alright. Roll a very good deception check.
17.
Alright, everyone stands back and they're like, oh god, but there is a lot more attention on him now because there's a big gap being created around him.
I say it's highly contagious.
What do you do?
I say it's highly contagious.
And I zap the closest person to him. With an 18!
The next one goes down! People
I told
panicking.
you it's contagious.
Oh god, people are screaming!
Get
Someone
out.
hits the emergency alarm button! Sirens start going off! The lift opens! On floor, what was it? 400
403.
403! Lift opens, people are pushing and rushing out!
You all... I
We
can't
just
tell
help,
on the
we
box.
just help pushing them out. Like, yeah, get out, get out.
Go. We throw the pilot. We throw the guy out as well. The two guys. Just throw them
Roll them out, okay.
Yeah.
and just press the closed lift.
The lift closes. Starts going up. The phone in the lift starts to ring.
Oh, I learned that when I was at college, that if you push 2 buttons at once, if someone's trying to stop the lift to get on, it skips their floor.
If you hold the closed door button.
As an engineer, I can confirm this. So I discovered in my by tinkering around.
I won't give you that, but I will let you try and engineer that.
Alright, so I just kind of like pry open the panel of like where the buttons and all the wiring and stuff is, and I do some engineer stuff.
Alright, give me a roll.
With a +4, it's 12.
12. Alright. You've got it going again. The alarm isn't stopping it. You think maybe no one's going to get on? Now, outside, you're still hearing sirens going.
I answer the alarm.
You answer the alarm phone?
Yep.
What state your emergency?
It's all fine. It's all fine. We just had a local malfunction, and people have. We're looking after it.
We're going to send a crew over to check that elevator. Could you press stop? And
Negative. We don't need a crew. We've got it under control here. We're
There's
going.
someone working on it!
We're
I'm
going.
like banging
and
noises with my
we're going
wrench.
to the 800th floor for the Chew Toys. We don't need any assistance.
Floor 800.
Yeah.
Stop the elevator immediately.
No.
Alright. The person on the other end hangs up. Alright. I'm just going to want quickly a general roll from everyone.
13.
Oh. Bye.
Alright. You managed to make it up another 300 floors before the elevator comes to a jarring halt.
Ka-chang.
And a spike bursts through the gap between the doors and they start to become pried open. And we will go to break. So, we will break for about 10 minutes, have a drink, buy some food, say something nice to someone. These are all good things to do. We'll be back. Thank you! Welcome back to Roll for Intelligence, everyone. So, let's welcome our players back to the stage. First up, we have Waltab, the Chihuahuan Communications Officer. We have Blue Ivy, the Azurian Pilot. We have Human Unit Hugh, the Engineer. And we have D4VE Dave, the Cyborg Gunner. After rolling so many 20s that none of them will ever have any luck again in any of their home games.
Worth it.
Yeah, worth it.
I don't know.
Our heroes have, with very little problem, made it 700 of the 800 floors into the research facility where they are supposed to steal a computer labeled Algernon. Now, as we left them, alarms had gone off. They'd finally made a few mistakes. The doors were being pried open, and so we go back into combat. So, you're in the elevator. Where are you positioned?
I'm right in the middle, and now I'm in combat box mode.
And what does that entail?
It's like box mode, but there's guns.
I'm piloting Dave. I'm
You
just
said
like
it.
directing.
Alright.
Yeah.
Can you see?
Yep, my head's popped up too.
Alright. Okay.
I was near the control panel where I was kind of messing around.
And it's on the right hand side near the little cockpit.
I'm at the control panel too, trying to talk to the computer to get it moving again.
Okay. The doors get pulled open, and you see two clones standing there, wrenching the doors open, and a third one leans in and starts firing. You're front and center.
Yep.
I'm going to take a shot at you.
Alright.
So these clones are humans. They get +1 to everything.
Alright.
They are security guards. That means they're good at shooting things. Not as good as a dedicated gunner, so I'm going to do +2, so it's +3.
That was a 7.
All right, you're a box. You're hard to miss, but they're not hitting anything vital. It's just bouncing off you. You've ducked out behind. All right, that was their go. They went first in the initiative order. Waltab, you're up.
Oh, I'm going to convince the computer that runs the lift to make the lift go up.
How do you do this?
Oh, well, I explained to it that, I explained to
Good
it
communication skills.
that as it is called a lift, it should lift, which means going up, and that it only feels good when it's going up, and that it should go all the way up, all the way up to the 800th floor, and then it will feel supremely good when it reaches the 800th floor.
Are you assuming this lift is sentient?
No, just that its job is to lift.
How?
I'm appealing to its innate liftness.
By saying this?
Well, I'm a comms officer, so I'm talking, of course, in lift speak.
Fuck it, give me a roll.
21!
Alright!
Innate liftness!
Right! The lift really wants to get to the 800th floor! Its doors are, however, jammed open at the moment. It is being held in place, but that's a pretty good turn. Alright, next up we have Blue Ivy.
Yes. So what's going on? How close are we to the guys? To the
No, sorry, I'm wrong.
No, whatever.
Okay.
Whatever.
Right.
Gonna
Dave.
respect the initiative order.
Dave is going to shoot the guys who are trying to open the door. He's got 2 arms, 2 guns, 2 eggs.
2 heads
It's
at
going
once.
to be awesome. They're better than 1.
Alright. I'm gonna give you disadvantage because you're doing 2 shots at once.
Fine. Well, I've got +3, and because they're big guns, I have to hold them up and be strong. So it's also a strength check.
Yes, it is.
With disadvantage, it's 21.
I saw it. Oh, alright, yeah. So, the 2 heads holding the lift. Just get. What kind of guns? What do they fire?
So one of them is a plasma gun.
Yeah.
So it fires superheated plasma.
Alright.
And I'm a bit of an old-fashioned guy, so the other one is a tungsten flechette gun. So it just uses magnets to fire needles of tungsten in an area of about that.
So there is an area of about that
It's
hole
just woof, straight through Ed's head.
through.
And then the other plasma, the plasma that hits Ed is just gonna like meltify him.
Yeah, there's that whole sort of turns bright green. A skeleton hits the floor, sort of charred.
Yeah.
Goo spills around it. It's very disgusting. Smells terrible. All right. God damn it. Blue Ivy. My apologies. Your turn.
There's only one more left.
There's one more left. The one with the gun pointed at you.
Does he look spooked?
Is the door still open? Good question. I'm gonna roll initiative for the door. Alright. Door's gonna come in. Alright.
Yes.
He looks a bit spooked, yeah, but he's still got his gun trained.
Is the door still open?
The doors are still open.
Okay, I'm gonna pilot Dave just like very menacingly towards him.
Are you leaving the elevator?
No, I'm just like walking like near like in the middle, right?
Okay.
So walking towards him,
Alright.
piloting
And what-
very well.
Okay. And what is this an attempt to intimidate?
Yes.
Okay, so I will give you your piloting that you don't have to roll to see if you are capable of pushing it forwards.
I'd like to use my superior intellect to like use mind games and cow him into
What are these mind games?
just like he's spooked. He's already spooked and now he's like extra spooked because I'm very
I'm not going to
smart.
give that to you.
Can I give an assist by yelling out, "Save the ends"?
No.
I will, however, I will give you advantage because all of the clones are already spooked because this rumor is going through the facility like wildfire that they're clones, and it's just not something any of them are comfortable hearing.
19. It was a 19.
All right, he is terrified. He's shaking. He's backing off. It's not his turn yet though, so he can't run. Hugh.
So this Ed is really scared looking, right?
Oh yeah, he's terrified.
Alright, so I'm just gonna turn around and slowly pull out something and just say, you don't know what this is, do you? And then he goes, he clearly doesn't know what it is because I invented it. And I say, this is my portable air toasting device. He's trying to brandish it.
All right. Give me a roll.
Because I made it, like I engineered this,
Yeah.
and also because I'm a human, I would like to claim my +4.
I'll give you +1 for being a human, but I'll give you the same advantage that Blue Ivy got for them already being freaked out.
That's,
Roll again.
yep. 14.
14. All right. Yeah. He is whimpering. He is crying a little. He's questioning why he's here and what his purpose in this world is, and he's suddenly realizing that if this conflict continues, he may never get the chance to find out. So he's going to drop the gun and hold his hands up in the air. All right. We come back around in the initiative order. It's the elevator's turn.
Can I, I'm assuming the doors are about to close because the elevator's been convinced.
Do you guys have better initiative in the elevator?
You do, actually. You can go again if you like.
Alright. I'm gonna say, save the eds! Save all the eds!
Persuasion.
11.
No, all right. You're giving him something to think about.
As the doors close, I'm just gonna lob a couple of my shape charges into the corridor.
Give me a weapons roll.
18! Shush! It's still a great big explosive.
All right. So
They're shaped to be lowered, aren't they?
Yeah, and they're magnetic, so they're now attached to the wall and they can't get them off.
yeah,
Yes! Improvised, it was at the beginning.
the doors close. Ed is questioning what to do with his life, wondering whether he should report in these shape charges or not. Okay.
That was a secret roll.
A secret
podcast
roll.
audience.
All right. Elevator goes up. Zooms straight up. This elevator is cackling with glee. It's not, but you get the feeling. It's a very... There's some base primal instinct of it fulfilling its role. It gets to the 80th, 800th floor. The lift doors are open. You see in front of you a lot of computing equipment. This whole floor is pretty much open plan. There's a few offices in the corners, but there is just a big area full of incredibly advanced computers. All sorts of bizarre things going on. Wires, there's colors going on. LEDs everywhere. It's incredible. See? Yep, there we go. There are a bunch of researchers in the room, all bent over computers doing their own thing at the moment. The alarms don't seem to be going off in here. This place must be on a different network. There's something sort of very concealed around it. No one actually looks up at you yet. What are you guys going to do? You've got a box with guns. There's goo dripping out of the elevator.
Does our map say where Algernon is? I presume it does.
Yeah, it says it was on this floor.
Oh, just on this floor.
Are there any screensavers active?
There are a bunch of the computers that aren't being used.
Is there one that's maybe lots and lots of roses or lots and lots of daisies? Because we need to look for the flowers for Algernon.
Yeah.
They're all just flying toasters.
All just flying toasters. But toasters, you're famous!
It's there!
Someone's gotten there first.
Damn it! I shouldn't have painted
Well,
it.
I think perhaps you're inspired by this completely random shape that's on every screensaver in the world.
I haven't really gotten out that much until now.
Can I wheel Dave slowly out of the elevator? Just
Absolutely.
like very nonchalantly?
Roll for nonchalant.
Wheel casual.
Yes.
So,
You know when you're rolling things in and out of lifts when you have to move stuff and there's that gap and the wheel just gets caught and everything you've got on so the hat you had on falls off, gets crammed, you end up pushing it to the side, hits the lift door, there's a huge loud bang, everyone turns up and looks at you. What's that?
I explained that loose in the building is the explosive and highly contagious balloon babble, electrofunk, and that it's rife, and that they should leave immediately.
Make me roll.
9.
That you just said some nonsense, including the word balloon. Balloon is not a disease.
You should have seen what
I'm
happened.
going to call this in.
I stopped you.
Don't move! Says the armed box.
All right,
I'm strong and I've got weapons and I'm intimidating them.
give me an intimidation check.
Just kill them, Dave.
That's 22.
All right. He freezes. I really need to stop letting them roll. I roll to see if he does it. No. All right. He freezes, and you see all the people in the room put their hands up.
Everybody move away from the computers.
Everyone takes a step back from their
I
desks.
start tying them up.
There's a lot of people on this floor.
I keep tying until they're all tied up.
All right. You're running off, and you just started with what?
Cables?
Right, you start getting people's mouses off their computer. Right, it's super in the future. Everyone turned up. They went back to the
I'm
tires.
nimble. I do it nimbly.
You do it nimbly.
And I'm also a Chihuahua. Hawaiian.
Chihuahuan.
Chihuahuan. So I'm little and I can get them tied up quick.
Make me a roll.
11.
All right, you start tying them up. What are the rest of you doing?
I say, I'm here to do maintenance on. I heard that one of the servers backed up, and I need to perform a CPU check on Algernon. Like it's just a routine look.
Their eyes all widen when you say Algernon.
Do they look a certain way? Like, do they?
Make me a perception check.
I'm very smart, so I notice things.
I'll give it to you.
I got a 6.
It doesn't really matter. All right, but there's too many people in this room. Some of them look some way, some of them look at each other. You don't get a sense.
Which one's Algernon? Show us the server that's Algernon.
Trying to intimidate again?
Yeah, I am. Do these guys all look like clones too?
No, these
Like
are all
the smart version of
individuals.
that? Okay, that's 24 then.
All right. You get a mixed response across the room. There's a few obviously clearly brave people, but only a few. The other 100 or so researchers, all their fingers point at one just box in the corner. It's currently sitting in a sort of a glass or perspex case.
Yep.
There is a machine inside, just like a black PC case almost.
Yep.
A few wires coming out connecting through the thing. Algernon written on the side in white letters.
Sorry.
You said we could have just looked at things.
Yeah.
And seen it. Okay.
Dynamo.
I go over to it.
Alright. A couple of people step forward to get in your way and think better of it. Yep.
I
you're
tie
up.
them up.
You tie a HDMI cable around some of their feet. Yep.
Can I pick it up? Is it very big?
The PC itself would be pick upable. The case is built into the wall.
Dave.
So we do need to take this off-site. We just don't have the equipment here, with me to look at it.
So Dave's gonna just.
I tied that person up.
Dave's gonna turn into proper combat cyborg mode now. I'm not a box anymore.
Yeah.
I'm a cyborg.
Yeah.
Combat. I've got
Do you
my
still have
hands back.
wheels?
Yeah, but they're folded up on my legs like a transformer, so they're only touching the ground.
Badass.
Yeah.
Alright.
So I walk up and I get out a small, very focused plasma gun.
Mm-hmm.
And I find the lock on the perspex thing and I shoot through the lock, making sure that if I go all the way through, I'm not pointing at Algernon.
Alright, give me a roll.
That'll be 15.
15. Alright, yep, you burn through this lock.
Take that, Mum! I showed you! And Dave breaks down crying.
Alright.
That'll do, Dave. That'll do.
Well done, Dave. What are the rest of you doing?
I just
You're
go in,
tying people up?
I just grab Algernon.
Yep.
Just unplug some stuff, take it, put it on Dave. And I was like, cool, yep, I'll be back to you in 3 to 4 work business days.
David just lurched on the ground crying. Now the computer on top of it.
Are you still in box mode?
No, I was in like combat cyborg mode.
Okay, okay, I was just holding like, yeah, I'll get us back to you in 3 to 4 business days. Just, you know, need to check the GPU
I tie that
and
guy up.
Do you really
I
think?
tie that guy up.
Oh,
there's just issues with the network card and everything. Just need to make sure that it's
I tie
updated
that guy
USB.
up.
we know you're robbing us!
I tie him up. Anyone that speaks gets tied up.
No, this is just
Give
what
me
I
a
was.
nimble check. Can you get to all of them?
One.
It's not a great victory, but they do get their peace of mind out. Stop it! You're insulting our intelligence!
So
You're
Dave,
robbing us! You're not here to work on this!
Dave's got-
We're the people who work on this!
Dave's got himself sorted, and now I'm walking around sort of sniffling, a bit slump-shouldered, and I'm just like really, like, resentedly placing shape charges on any sort of structure. Walls. And there's a server I don't like. You should go.
I start prepping the lift for downness.
Alright. You're going to try and convince it that it wants to go straight to the ground floor? Or?
Yep.
I'll give you advantage because you've had.
With us in it though.
You've established
so
a
it's not
rapport
going-
with the lift.
It's not going without us.
We'll see
Yeah,
how
I
well
didn't,
you roll.
I didn't stop. I just kept walking to the lift.
Oh.
22.
Alright. The lift's into it. So.
No! Surely it's better that way.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you don't want to go in and out of lifts that aren't into it. That's
No.
not right.
Right. So you're in there, you're smooth talking the lift, you've got the box, you're placing shape charges.
Can I have a quick to see who looks like they're the richest or like the most influential person on this floor?
Perception check.
20.
Yeah. So there is clearly a corner office that is bigger than the rest, with a guy with a very nice suit standing in there.
Yeah, the rickshaws just really don't make enough look like they do.
So I pop in there and I'm like, hey, and I give him like a baggie of my best cocaine. I'm like,
Yeah, sure. All right. That's where this is going. Fine.
So out of nowhere. That's
Yeah.
great.
hold on, alright. It's got my family seal on it. I'm just doing business.
Yeah.
It's networking.
What are you doing in my office?
I just like offer it to him. It's like open.
Well, yes, but clearly, obviously,
I like wink and like
look how rich this suit is.
I wink and do finger guns at him and then I go for the lift.
He looks very confused.
I'm like, he'll be back for more, it's fine. So I go towards the lift.
You
now.
did just leave evidence of who you are.
Oh, it's fine. Well, I mean, I'm part of a crime family, that's
But
the
he has
point.
to hand over the baggie of cocaine. doesn't he? Like, that he-
I'm a
True
crime.
that.
Look at this empty baggie of cocaine.
I'm part of a crime family. It's expected that we do crime, so
Alright.
it's
We're
fine.
just doing crime.
You guys are back. You guys all back off towards the elevator.
I like how you doubled down on
Yep.
crime.
A bunch of guys, like, they're with computer cords tied around their hands. The cords are falling off, but they're just sort of leaving their hands like that anyway, staring at you, being like, this seems fine.
When we're gone, you should all get in an elevator and go down too. Really quickly.
Too
Alright.
much. Too much.
You get back in. Alright, you get in the lift. The lift heads straight down. It opens on the ground floor, and there is chaos. There is absolute chaos. There are guards that are remaining loyal to the firm. There are guards weeping in the corner. There are guards trying, like ripping their clothes apart to try and make themselves look different. And then there are guards that are rebelling. There is gunfire happening across this foyer. There is screaming happening. The poor lady at the front desk is ducking under her desk trying to get a giant brain to fit under there with her as bullets fly. What do you do?
I
For the space whale.
Make a break for the space whale.
Fire, we're going to zigzag via the pillars because they're going to be good cover from all the gunfire and a great place to put some more of my shape charges.
Alright. There were pillars. I mentioned the pillars.
And while we're doing it, I'm going to yell out pro
Ed
Ed
slogan.
slogan about freeing the Eds and Eds for Eds.
I will also yell out the opposite slogan as well.
Good.
At the same time.
Alright, both of you give me a persuasion roll.
10.
6, but +2 for being smart and.
I'll give you that was a good
convincing
plan. Alright.
8.
It still won't work. Alright. So, the Eds fighting for edupendence seem bolstered
Does some Eds join their ranks?
by Waltab, and yeah, a few are changing their minds. The battle goes one way. You guys are running through trying to dodge pillars. How do you get through here safely?
You're piloting me really well.
Yes. Are you
I'm not a box anymore, am I? Damn it. Well, I'm gonna run because my weapons training is the military and the tactics and all that sort of stuff. So that's how I'm knowing where to go and what
I'll
to
give
do.
it to you.
And I'm nimble.
Ooh, 13.
And I'm nimble, so
No.
I help.
You get hit. How do you get through?
Using my tiny chihuahua nimbleness
Give me a roll.
and my understanding of the Eds and their quest for independence. 9.
Finally! Vindication! Alright.
So I will pilot myself.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Very smartly, I will pilot myself out of there. 8 to 13.
It's brutal. You?
So just like clutching this computer, just trying to like get through. But I just I'm a human. I'm blending with a lot of the other ones. I just kind of generally look very like harrowed and scared, like just trying to get out of the building as well, just like trying to go with the masses.
Alright, give me a roll.
Oh no! It was a 1.
These cursed hands!
Alright. So,
Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
alright. But, so, you take a few hits. It's not a clean run, but dodging between pillars, gunfire going anywhere, Eds holding the bodies of fallen Eds. It's chaos in here. You burst out the front door. There are some Eds following you. There's fire. There's screaming. You can see that this is going all the way up the building. Windows are exploding with gunfire. Eds are throwing themselves out of the building, plummeting below. It's awful.
Are there any?
Everything is awful.
As
So
we're
they
going,
explode like pops on the ground, like pop, pop.
Yeah.
as we go into the ship area, can I see like a fuel tank situation anywhere in the parking structure?
Give me a perception check.
12.
No.
How far away is the space whale?
How far away is the space whale?
Yes.
I'd say probably about 300 meters.
Right. A sedate jog towards the space whale.
Sedate jog. What is a sedate jog?
Just like I'm not like, I'm a good jogger, so I'm not like, I'm not sprinting. I'm
The
just
human's
like, a
clearly
nice jog.
struggling with the computer, and I'm a big, strong cyborg, so I'm just gonna pick up Hugh and run with you.
Alright, give me a strength check.
That'll be 18.
18, yeah, absolutely. And we're all running for the ship.
I go full chihuahua, yeah,
Stanley.
I'm on all fours.
Alright, you get there first. What do? You get to the ship?
Start prepping the ship for whale off.
Stuff the ship well. What is your job in prepping the ship?
Oh, preparing comms in case we have to talk our way out. So, loading up pre-programmed whale noises. That mean we're out of here.
Okay, you guys, because you've got a giant robot charging and carrying you, get there next. What do you guys do?
Okay, so I just drop the engineer in the cargo hold, and I immediately run to the gunnery station, the weapons station, to make sure that's all prepared.
Alright?
Because we might have to shoot people.
I do.
Blowhole.
It's the Bailey.
Doing engineer stuff to prep it.
Alright, you're booting up systems, and you guys have plenty of time to do this because only at a sedate job is the pilot moving. So a minute or two later, the pilot approaches, gets on board, a lot less out of breath than the rest of you. Actually, really paced herself well. And what do you do?
Well, it's very efficient because I can slide straight into the pilot seat and press my buttons without being like. That's fine.
Alright,
Press the buttons.
yep.
The pilot buttons.
You pilot button. How many buttons does the pilot have to push?
14.
Cool, 14.
14 buttons.
Are there any switches?
One switch.
One switch, any dials.
No dials.
Right, done. So you push 14 buttons and one switch.
No dials.
The whale picks up a bit, starts hovering around the place. Hover whale. What do you do?
So I need to reverse out.
Yeah,
When I'm going.
which is reversing.
Yes,
It's very
reverse
tricky.
reversing.
Make me a piloting check for that. This is getting confusing.
Well, it looks like I'm going forward now because I.
One direction.
I get +3 to piloting and +2 because I'm very smartly trying to figure out how to reverse.
There is some math involved in this. Yeah, there's this.
Which means I get a 9.
Yeah. Alright. Your whale does reverse, which would be forwards, I think, and then just crashes directly into the spaceship opposite, drawing a lot of attention.
I make
That-
a space whale noise of pain.
This is good. Roll me a deception check.
19.
Alright, people are buying it, but damage has happened to the ship, so I can finally use my Jenga tower. Every time damage happens to the ship, whoever's responsible has to put a block on top. If the tower ever falls, the ship is dead. You go. Unsurprising. Alright! But if we'd got into the space battle you avoided at the start, with some tense shit going on! Alright. God damn it. So, you've crashed into the other ship. You've managed to, but they still think it's a whale, despite the fact that the whale's face has crumbled
Is the
in.
parking structure enclosed?
No, it's open. You have to lower
So
it.
we're not underneath the building?
You're not underneath anything.
Awesome! I've got a red button I'm about to press.
Alright.
All the shape charges just detonated.
So, at the start,
Not the ants.
They're only clones. I said it and I meant it.
I'm down in the injury room, just kind of like all of a sudden like.
Yeah, the Jedi are gonna feel this one. I stole that joke. I stole it. I can't remember where from.
in the foyer, the fighting has stopped. Guns have been laid down. All Eds realise that it doesn't matter the circumstances of their birth. That it's the choices they've made since then that define who they are. There's hugs. The Eds that have fallen are being looked after. Someone's just put on Imagine on the sound system. When suddenly, boom, 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 explosions across multiple levels. Love it. Body parts flying. The music somehow keeps playing as this building explodes outside, crumbles in on itself. More ants leap from the windows, but this time they're holding each other.
Imagine all the people living life in peace.
And you guys fly out of there. This has not gone unnoticed. All around this planet, ships are being mobilized, firm military firming up.
I'm gonna log on to
Erecting
Facebook.
defenses.
Yes. Ships in the system are being diverted and heading towards the planet. Things have gone out everywhere. The question is whether the Ed's message of togetherness and individuality went out at the same time. This you don't know. What are you doing?
I log on to Facebook
Yes.
and start posting messages on Space Shepherd and Green Space about how the space whales are under threat in firm space and that in force they need to come out and save the space whales.
Roll me a deception check.
15.
Alright, I'm gonna make a note of that. That's not gonna happen anytime soon. If it does. Green
I know, right?
space,
15
something whale,
is a good
15.
roll.
Alright! You guys loosed out of there. Where are you headed? What are you doing?
We're heading towards the coordinates that our guy who gave us the job gave us. Yeah, rendezvous.
The rendezvous point?
Somewhere
I know that word because I'm
unfirm
smart.
space.
Yeah, soft space.
It's
Soft space.
outside of firm space. It is in soft space. It's actually in combine territory, which is a whole other thing.
Ooh,
Right.
a lot of harvesters.
So,
That's gonna come back to bite you.
There's a Wurzels joke there, but no one will get it.
harvesters. All right. How do you? This is space. You obviously need to have some sort of faster than light travel. How does it work? How do you guys do it?
It's like in Fast and the Furious. Just hit the button.
Yeah.
There's
Two fire tracks shoot out the back of the whale
yeah,
in
What it
space.
is the button says NOS, NOS,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
it's now outside space. And you go around normal space.
yeah.
Beautiful.
That one.
All right. Now you were prepping the systems.
Yeah.
Can you give me a roll to see how well you prepped?
20! Not natural, but with my bonuses, it's up to 20.
All right.
Still good.
You did
I'll
good.
take it. I'll take it.
Give me a roll to see if you pointed the ship in the right direction before hitting the button.
5 but 8 because of pilot stuff.
I'll let you add smart to that.
10 because
10?
of smart piloting.
How hard is it to point the ship in the right direction?
There's a lot of stress.
What is 360
Everything's
times
reversed.
It's in reverse. The whale fins that you put on there are giving lots of drag in space. I don't know. Shut up.
Rail faces the front, which is the back.
All right. Do you guys have any last-minute preps?
Oh, of course I do.
What do you do?
I'm making appropriate whale noises.
All right.
With your communication.
You keeping up the whale?
Be a blue door.
I'm ready. Like I've got my deploy guns button ready to go. So as soon as anything hostile starts coming towards us, I'll press the button that'll jettison the disguise.
No, everyone knows how heavily armed space whales are.
Well, that's
Yeah.
You can shoot out semen.
We need the disguise for Green Space and Space Shepherd.
No, I'm not jettisoning the disguise. I'm ready to jettison the disguise.
Right. And lastly, where is Algernon?
It's in the cargo bay. Secure.
I secured Algernon. I just got it.
did not. You put it there.
Oh yeah, I put it there. I did put it down. I just put it down, didn't I?
All right.
Didn't secure it down anywhere.
Everyone
Anything.
straps themselves in.
I feel like
You
there's
hit
some communication.
the outside space button.
No.
Boom! You take off. Algernon. You don't know. None of you. Are you in the cargo bay?
I'm not down in
The cargo bay is full of escargot, so clearly it's going to be fine.
It'll absorb the impact.
So because this is full of escargot, right? So snails, they release a lot of mucus. The floor's really sticky.
They breed like crazy. There's just tons of them
There's just
everywhere.
a lot of snail mucus everywhere.
The ship lurches. You hear an awful sound. an awful, crunchy sound. Wet and crunchy at the same time. It's spectacular. The ship takes off, lines go blurry, fire shoots out the back of the whale, and that's, or the front of the whale, out of its nose. And that is where we'll call it today. Well done! So, in case you're unaware, this will continue at our next one. We've got a regular time slot now, which is second Friday.
Second Friday of every month.
Every month here at Smith's. So, come back not next Friday, I was about to say, next second Friday of a month to find out what happens next to our heroes. Waltab! Blue Ivy! H.U.Q! D4VE Dave! Or more commonly known as Andrew, Sharona, Helen, Ewan! Please also, huge round of applause for the wonderful Silent Bar Jack! I've been Joel, this has been Roll for Intelligence, this is the best thing that's ever happened. Tell your friends. Good night! Where are you going? I'm just going to stand awkwardly.